So in our prior video, we talked about Montana, and today we're going to talk about the state of Nevada, a state that I lived in for 7 years, a state where I went to college, graduated in Reno, and how Nevada is probably the one example that shows how good states are at selling your public lands. And a little history about Nevada. Unfortunately, when I went to college there, in college you're required to take a year of Nevada history. Very remarkable history, really interesting. And when you get to the part about statehood and public lands and political corruption, Nevada has a very peculiar story. History-wise, when Nevada became a state, they were granted over 3 million acres of federal lands to fund their school system. So upon being admitted to the Union, the federal government said, Nevada, we're going to give you over 3 million acres of our federal lands so that you can lease them, you can do whatever, however you manage them, for your school system. Nevada went back to Congress and said, you know, we appreciate you giving us those 3+ million acres of land, but we would like the chance to go and handpick the best lands. We'll give you back the 3 million if you let us go and handpick 2 million. Congress eventually passed a law that allowed that. So Nevada was the only state that went to go and cherry pick the best lands for their state land board. And they did. I think it was 2.1 million acres is what Nevada ended up with after this whole deal. Today, Nevada has less than 1% of those lands left. They sold them all. That is how Nevada handled their state lands. The politicians and their friends went out to all of these state lands and said, ooh, I'd like those ones. Ooh, I'd like these ones. Because they were hand-picked. They were some of the best lands in Nevada. And they sold them to themselves, to friends, to families, to corporations for $1.50 an acre. Yeah. And now, Nevada doesn't have any state lands. It doesn't have a land base by which to support its school systems like the other Western states do. And so a big portion of this state transfer movement is coming out of Nevada. Nevada politicians are saying, you need to give us those federal lands. Well, I'm sorry, Nevada. You've already proven what you would do with those lands. You would sell them. You can't manage them. Your state constitution would force you to sell those lands if you had to pay the taxes, the weed control, the firefighting, everything else. That's the Nevada story. And I'm not making it up. Go read the history. Google it. Go read for yourself. And if you read the Nevada history about what they did with their state lands, how they've sold them and how they mismanaged them, and you still want to give your federal lands to the state of Nevada Land Board, I guess we're just going to disagree. So now that I've talked about Nevada in our next video, we're going to talk about Alaska. Alaska is a wonderful state. It holds more federal lands than any state in the Union. So we're going to talk about that in the next video.